Hello guys, it is me, Sir Imaging. As I stated, I am back with more Batman Arkham Asylum Revisit Edition. So today, nope, I will just be, this is one out of 2 parts for intermission episode. Whoa, hold on, whoa, ready challenge. Okay. What were you? What was?
Puzzling, isn't it?
Thanks. Okay. So basically, I'm gonna be going over all the characters that I have stumbled across, whether if it was by clue or meeting them or whatever. So I'm not going to I don't know. But I'm not going to, listen to every single Spirit of Arkham story thing, because that's not going to happen in this case. But I will be kind of going over their bios and all that stuff. But, and then their interview tapes so far for the ones that have them. So, starting off, I have the Spirit of Arkham, his story, strange writings and symbols that have been found around Arkham Island and deciphered by Batman. These must have been left for a reason. What story do they tell? Basically, nothing is known other than based of operations in Arkham Island and first appearance in Batman Arkham Asylum, summer 2009. Yep, no attributes and already solved. Hold on for a second. So I think, if I'm counting correctly, there's a total of 24 messages that need to be deciphered. I have solved 12. So basically, half. I solved, a dozen. Sounds, weird talk, I know. Tweedledum and Tweedledee. Okay, cousins with an uncanny resemblance to each other, Deaver and Dumpy's Tweed both shared a criminal leanings and a fixation on Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland. Teaming up, they modeled themselves after Tweedledum and Tweedledee from that book, planning often outrageous, absurdist schemes to trap the Batman. So they are Deaver and Dumfrey Tweed are professional criminals in Gotham City. Both with brown eyes, brown hair, 5'9", 175 pounds, and first appearance in Detective Comics issue 74. That's in April 1943. Okay, and their attributes: obsession with Alice in Wonderland, skilled criminal masterminds, and despite being cousins, could pass as identical twins. Yo! Okay, Humpty Dumpty. Okay, an obese, bald man, nicknamed Humpty Dumpty for his egg-like form, Humphrey Dumpler, is obsessed with taking things apart and putting them back together. His crimes were first minor break-ins leading to small mechanical items no longer functioning due to Dumpler's inability to adequately reassemble them after taking them apart. But soon his obsession grew to the point that a major disasters occurred in Gotham, and Dumpler's crimes also extended to a gruesome attempt to fix his abusive grandmother by dismembering her and then attempting a Frankenstein-like reassembly. At Arkham, he is a model inmate, his quiet nature and imposing physique inuring him to the madness surrounding him. Whoa, this guy's messed up to the teeth. He is Humphrey Dumpler, a professional criminal based in Gotham City. His brown eyes, no hair, 6'3", 345 pounds. First appearance in Arkham Asylum, Living Hell, issue 1, and July 2003. since of course there's other, and his attributes are extremely tall, heavy, and strong, possesses an almost unnaturally quiet, deliberate nature. Ritualized childhood abuse has led to a severe case of arrested development and inability to assimilate into modern society, and obsessed with the processes of disassembly and reassembly. Whoa, this guy just ain't. This guy don't play. Okay, Clayface. Okay, initially an actor in horror films, Carlo Bassel went mad when he learned a classic film of his was to be remade with a different actor in the lead role. Doesn't that usually happen in a lot of remakes? Okay, whatever. He took on the mask of the film's villains, Clayface, and killed several of the remake's cast and crew before being stopped by Batman and Robin. Later, Carlo joined the Mud Pack, an alliance of shape-changing, mutated villains who had subsequently used the name Clayface. While the group was defeated, Carlo tricked his allies and injected himself into the essences of several of them, becoming a superhuman imbued with the ability to change shape, melt others into protoplasm with a touch, and mimic the powers of heroes or villains he copies. This guy does not play around. I mean, heck, you saw that shit in Arkham City. If you guys remember the Arkham City Let's Play, this guy did not play around, where he basically substituted for the Joker for real sick Joker. I mean, this guy, man, he basically called it a role of a lifetime. Told you, this guy don't play. He is Basil Carlo, is a professional criminal in Gotham City, red eyes, no hair, 6'5", 265 pounds, and first appearance in Detective Comics issue 40 in June 1940. Whoa, quite some time ago. And his attributes can alter his physical form, adopting the appearance of nearly anyone. His valuable physical form makes him extremely difficult to injure or contain, and his touch can be poisonous. Whoa. Okay, and this is another character who also has an obsession with Alice in Wonderland. However, is a lot more well known in Batman's Rogue Gallery, that being the Mad Hatter. Obsessed from a young age with Lewis Carroll's books Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Jervis Tetch, an expert hypnotist, embraced in a delusion that he was the incarceration of a character in the story The Mad Hatter. Using his skills for memorism, the Mad Hatter has committed many crimes, often themed around the book that inspired him and his love of hats and headgear, going so far as to implant his hats with mind control chips to amplify his hypnosis skills. God, I can't talk because I'm talking fast. Hypnosis skills. There you go. Above all other headwear, however, he covets Batman's distinctive cowl and will stop at nothing to acquire it. Okay, his real name is Jervis Tetch. He's a professional criminal in Gotham City. His blue eyes, red hair, 4'11", just a foot shorter than me, or not just a foot, just an inch shorter than me. 5 feet exact. Jeez. Is 115 pounds and first appearance in Batman issue 49 in November 1948. So yeah, this guy has been around for a while. And you want to know something funny that I came across? You know, since I've read a lot of Batman fan fictions, and he is often, the Mad Hatter is often, you know, he's often paired off with Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow, or the Riddler, aka or with Edward Nygma, aka the Riddler. Or sometimes they're, you know, but although I have this nagging feeling that they're gonna end up in a threesome. I'm guessing it's probably because they're like the Arkham nerds, but still. Wow. People are wildin'. Okay. And his attributes of master of hypnotism and mind control, obsessed with hats, especially one-of-a-kind items, delusional schizophrenic with a fixation on Alice in Wonderland. As back in the Arkham City Let's Play, Dr. Hugo Strange basically said that the Mad Hatter had paranoid schizophrenia. Yeah. Alrighty, so next up we have Hush. Okay, here we have Hush. Tommy Elliot and Bruce Wayne were childhood friends and unknown to Bruce, dark reflections of each other. A childhood sociopath, Elliot tried to kill his parents so he could inherit their fortune. When his plan failed, partly due to the surgical skills of Thomas Wayne, Bruce's father, Elliot, blamed Bruce, an incredibly skilled surgeon. As an adult, Elliot planned an elaborate revenge scheme on the Batman. He disguised himself as the villain Hush, his face covered in bandages, but he was in the end defeated and unmasked by the Dark Knight. Hush still plots revenge against Batman, generating complicated schemes with surgical precision. Yeah. He's wild. Okay. His real name is Thomas or Tommy Elliot. He's a surgeon based in Gotham City. Brown eyes, reddish brown hair. So basically like an auburn hair. 6'3", 225 pounds. And first appearance in Batman issue 609, in January 2003. And his attributes: great physical strength, augmented by a hatred of Bruce Wayne. World-class surgeon, capable of extraordinary medical breakthroughs, master of disguise, and determined to destroy Bruce Wayne. Golly, he does not. Okay, we got Scarface. Okay, Gotham's Blackgate Penitentiary once had a gallows tree from which the 313 criminals with death sentences were hanged. The wood from that tree was whittled by an inmate into the puppet Scarface, and that inmate was murdered by Arnold Wesker, a man who soon fell under the Scarface's influence. While most believe that Scarface is simply a tool through which Wesker, as the criminal mastermind, the ventriloquist, acts out as the dark side of his personality. Wesker himself believes that Scarface is possessed by the souls who died beneath the gallows tree, and the puppet actually motivates him to commit the duo's many crimes. Whoa! Okay, so his real name is Scarface, a professional criminal in Gotham City, black eyes, black hair, 2'6", and he's a puppet. Weighs 15 pounds, and first appearance in Detective Comics issue 583 in February 1988. And his attributes: puppet animated with eerie verisimilitude by the ventriloquist, frequently wields undersized but lethal weaponry. When teamed with the ventriloquist, acts as an old-style mob boss with a sociopathic disregard for human life. Whoa. Okay, next up we meet up our first character, who we get to hear a couple of interview tapes on. However, once we get to the episode to where we just clear out the once we clear out the buildings, we will find some more interview tapes for whoever we didn't finish finding off the interview tapes, and Scarecrow is one included. Okay, so we have the Scarecrow, who I honestly have to say is probably my favorite Batman rogue. Truthfully, honestly. I know everybody always says that the Joker is the best one, but I personally find Scarecrow one of my personal favorites. I don't know. Since he's got, you know, to me he's like very Freddy Krueger-like, and yeah. Okay, taunted and bullied as a youth, Jonathan Crane vowed to overcome his fears through the study of psychology and biochemistry. And plus, in Arkham Knight, he did say that he once studied terror and chemistry. So basically, he did learn some chemistry and that sort of stuff, and that's pretty much how he made the fear toxin. And then, of course, his obsession, his passion, his interest, his fascination with fear, pretty much stemmed out of psychology and that, so, yeah. Kicked out of his university for experimenting on a human subject, Crane then adopted the identity of the Scarecrow, and armed himself with a specialized fear-inducing gas that makes a person's deepest phobias become frighteningly real. His ongoing criminal reign of terror makes him one of Batman's most psychologically dangerous foes. No joke. This guy does not play around. And also has a bit of a tendency to be rather sassy. At least in this game. He was a little sassy. And also, if you guys have watched like the Dark Knight trilogy with Cillian Murphy, yo, Crane was just sassy in there. It was just like, dude, you were just sassing up everybody. And then I actually saw, like, on several videos of Injustice 2, he he goes into flat-out savagery. He is flat-out savage. I mean, and there's not many characters that literally get at least close to reaching up to him in savagery levels. I think one other character he's kind of, in a way been competing with is Dr. Fate. However, personally, I say the Scarecrow is the most savage, since I think a lot of more of his studies and that sort of stuff, and how he's able to, the way how he has studied into psychology and, just, everything he studied in his background. He didn't do that just for nothing. So, a lot of that really helps. And kind of elevates his savagery and that stuff. Okay, his real name is Jonathan Crane. He is a professional criminal in Gotham City and with blue eyes, brown hair, 6 feet tall. Jesus Christ. 140 pounds, because of course the dude's been abused to frick. That's why he's so skinny. And then his first appearance at World's Finest Comics, issue 3 in fall 1941. Yeah, so the dude is hella skinny in this game, but he got some abs going, so I can only imagine. Bruh, what is your workout routine? Like, bruh, and I know the guy is good, he's good, hand-to-hand combat. He's good at that. That's what I heard about. But is there anything else up his sleeve that this guy's got? I don't know. And I don't think it was mentioned anywhere around here that he actually came from Georgia. And I've read things to where, they have them, talking in a southern accent. And of course, people laugh at him for it, much to his chagrin. I don't even think, and of course, I think in those fics, he also seems to make it clear he does not like his southern accent. So he's just not having it. He's not having it with being made fun of because of his southern accent. Poor Johnny. Poor Johnny Crane. Oh man, I gotta feel for the guy. Okay. He is a master of psychology and chemistry, a creator of fear-inducing gas, motivated by an obsessive need to create fear in others. This guy has he's got a passion for fear. Like I said, some may even argue as an obsession. Like he's got a fascination, an interest, a passion for fear. So this guy does not play around. And then I have found 3 out of 5 interview tapes for this guy. However, there are 2 more out there which I will find in the episode of Clearing Out the Area. So, let's listen to the first tape. Even though we did listen to the 3 earlier on once I first collected them. But, whatever. Let's get on with it.
Patient interview 1. Patient was referred to me after the incident with Dr. Murphy. He appears to have suffered a breakdown of sorts. I believe it was brought about after the loss of his wife and child. As yet, the patient has been unable to speak. Continued observation shows little mental activity. It's as if the shock of what he saw triggered his mental collapse. There's someone in here! Here, we found him. Break down the door! Note this time. As ever, it is difficult to continue my research under such conditions. Step away from Dr. Cole. Now, get down on the ground. We found him. Someone get a medic. Oh, God, what's he done to him?
Oh! So, yeah, where he mentioned Dr. Murphy and Dr. Combs. Dr. Combs was actually, it was a reference to the actor, who, the voice actor, who voiced Scarecrow. I think it was in the animated series or something like that. And then Dr. Murphy was pretty much a straightforward reference to Cillian Murphy, who was Scarecrow in the Dark Knight trilogy. And this next tape, honestly, low-key sends me every time. For one particular reason.
Patient interview 6. Dr. Crane has been back in custody for 3 weeks. Regular sessions have been inconclusive. I am not sure he is actually insane.
Good evening, Stephen. How are you tonight?
I'm conducting the session, Jonathan.
Of course. If that helps you cope, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Let's talk about the event 3 weeks ago. What did you think you'd achieve? Dr. Murphy is still in there
Kellerman just sassed the heck out of his doctor right there. Stop it! See, your sass skills are going off the roof, dude. But on the other hand, Dr. Kellerman was kind of a jerk to be like, because of course all the dude did was just he asked you, hey, how are you doing? He was just being polite because insane or not, these guys probably have their manners. But of course, Kellerman just brushes him off and says, "Bro, shut up. This is my session." And I'm like, oh my God, Kellerman. I don't know. I find him almost as bad as Dr. Young. Mainly because, like I said, he can act as kind of a jerk, and he can be rather mean, and he's just like, okay, yeah, Dr. Young may have been the worst doctor in this entire game, but at least she had the audacity, at least she had the decency to acknowledge, for the patients asking her how she was doing, like she did that with the Riddler a couple times. Like, come on, dude. That's not cool. Okay, next up.
Patient interview 9. Dr. Crane continues to evade questions. I believe he is quite sane, just evil. He takes no interest in the people he has hurt. His research appears to be the only motivating factor in his life. What is it about fear that drives your obsession?
Fear drives everything, Stephen. Everything. Your life is governed by fear. Every decision you make is a product of that fear.
Don't be ridiculous.
You married your wife, Margaret, isn't it? Because you were scared of dying alone. You have children because you're scared of leaving nothing behind that really matters. You go to the doctor because you're scared of dying. Do I need to go on?
No. I think that will be all for today. Guards?
I don't know why. But anyway, Crane does make some good points. Yeah, there may be some aspects to where he is right. Not saying every single thing is right, at least in my personal opinion. However, whether you agree with him or not is up for debate. It's all up to you. But that's just my personal take. I personally think, there are some parts to where he is right, but not every single thing. But I don't know why it was funny where he's just listing everything why Kellerman did exactly what he did, marrying his wife, having kids, and going to doctors, and then he raises his voice like, "Do I need to go on?" I don't know why, that always sends me every time. And like I said earlier with the Mad Hatter, hey, can I get some tea? I don't know, it's just fun. But like with the Mad Hatter, this guy is either paired off with the Mad Hatter or the Riddler. And I almost think, oh my God, are these three gonna end up in a threesome? I can only imagine what the rated M section ends up being like. I actually haven't read it, but haven't read the rated M section, but who the frick knows what's going on out there. Okay, next up we got Mr. Freeze. Okay, Victor Freeze was a brilliant cryogenist whose beloved wife Nora was stricken with a fatal degenerative disease. I think with Huntington's or something like that, from what I heard. He placed her in a suspended animation while obsessively searching for a way to cure her, but the corporation that funded his research and Nora's life pulled the plug and triggered an accident that transferred Freeze's body into a cold-blooded form that must always be kept at below zero. At normal room temperature, he will die. Wielding a number of freezing weapons, he wears a protective armor in his quest to somehow bring back his lovely wife and avenge her fate, which he partially holds the Batman responsible for. This guy is more so like a tragic anti-hero. He's more so like an anti-hero in a way that, like, I think Poison Ivy was in Arkham Knight, and how, like, Catwoman is, and Harley Quinn. There are a number of these characters that, that have been portrayed as anti-heroes, partially because, they may have connected with the protagonist, or they've had more, or they, things have been more tragic for them, and that sort of stuff. Not counting the ones that have been, abused and decided to go up to criminal activities like Crane, because that dude's straight up evil. even when, like I said, the guy earlier does make some good points, but overall, the guy's straight up evil. Okay, got Dr. Victor Freeze. I used to think it was Dr. Victor Fries. For some reason, his last name was oddly pronounced as Fries in the show Gotham. And then, okay, and this is hilarious. There have been times too where, I think people would confuse him and Victor Zsasz, since we got two Victors. Like, of course, they're like, no, I don't want to be confused with the other Victor. I don't know why, it's hilarious. Okay, he's a professional criminal in Gotham City. Has blue eyes, no hair, 6 feet tall, 190 pounds, and first appearance in Batman issue 121 in February 1959. He is a scientific genius with a specialty in cryogenics, employs an extensive array of cryoweaponry. His body has been permanently altered to survive its sub-freezing state, wears protective freezing armor whenever he's out and above the zero climate, and motivated by his grief and anger over the fate of his wife Nora. I know. To tell you the truth, this guy is a devoted husband. I mean, come on, this guy is honestly the most devoted husband. He and Man-Bat, Kirk Langstrom, yeah, he and Man-Bat would probably be those few characters who would teach Harley Quinn about a healthy relationship. Okay, now we have Poison Ivy. Okay, there we go, Poison Ivy. Botanist Pamela Isley was transformed by a science experiment gone wrong into a plant-human hybrid. With chlorophyll flowing through her veins instead of blood, she developed a toxic touch and a pheromone-fueled talent for seduction. Her crimes have become more ecologically focused as she increasingly abandoned her human side, identifying more with the natural world. Her unique brand of eco-terrorism often puts her into conflict with the Batman, whose iron will usually protect him from her seductive powers. True that, okay. Pamela Lillian Isley, a professional criminal in Gotham City, professional criminal, aka, and also a eco-terrorist. With green eyes, red hair, 5'8", 150 pounds, and first appearance in Batman issue 181 in June 1966. And her attributes and ability to encourage and direct the growth of all plant life. Plant genes mixed in with her DNA make her unpredictable and formidable physical opponent, and exudes natural pheromones that enable her to exert control over victims. Skin secretes a toxin that can make her touch deathly, and pathological drive to rid the world of humanity and make it safer for plant life. So yeah, you can only imagine, this girl would be a vegan for sure.
Patient interview. Pamela Lillian Isley, November 12th, 11:33 a.m. Good morning, Pamela. How are you today?
Fine. Today is a special day.
What do you mean?
This is the anniversary of my new life. When I found my true self, my destiny.
Are you referring to the event with Dr. Woodrow?
Yes. What else? Of course, at the time, I thought Jason had poisoned me. But in retrospect, he did me a huge favor.
And why do you believe what he did has helped you?
He showed me the bigger world. A world I should protect. Of course, my first offer was rejected.
Offer? You tried to kill everyone in Gotham.
Well, sometimes you need to prove that hard in order to make something flourish.
Oh.
Patient interview. Pamela Lillian Isley, November 14th, 10:21 a.m. Hello, Pamela. Today I'd like to go back to something you said in our last conversation.
Ask me anything you like.
You said your first offer to help Gotham was rejected. How can you possibly believe that?
Well, what do you mean?
You released thousands of poisonous spores into Gotham, killed hundreds of people. How does that help anybody?
I'm not interested bodies, Doctor. Horrible, fleshy traps walking around destroying my poor babies with their greed and arrogance.
But aren't you one of those fleshy backs? Were a doctor too. How can you turn your back on us?
Quite easily as it happens. But not you, Stephen. You're different. I feel we have a connection.
Really? You do?
Of course.
What? What? Girl, she did not. Yo, that's wild.
Pamela, I got you what you asked for. Do you like it?
Oh, yes, Stephen, I love it. Such a beautiful flower. Do you mind if I keep it?
Oh, no, Pamela, I can't leave it. It's against all the rules. I'll just bring it and show it to you when I visit.
But it's me, Stephen. I get so lonely on my own. You wouldn't want me to be lonely, would you?
No, of course not. You keep it. Just don't let anyone see it. Really. No.
You can trust me, Stephen. Thank you. Now give me a kiss.
I can't. People will see.
No one is watching. What's wrong with you? Don't you love me? Call me Ivy.
Of course I love you.
Isn't that dude old as heck? You know, dude's like old. Well, I guess Ivy's pheromones don't discriminate on age. Hilarious, if you ask me.
Where is Dr. Kellerman?
How should I know, woman? It does seem careless of you to have lost him.
I have no time for your games, Miss Isley. Tell me where you have him. We have security footage of you and him leaving your cell last night.
So,
Do I need to spell it out? We know you hypnotized him, or whatever it is you do. We know he took you somewhere, but conveniently, security cameras across the island were mysteriously covered by leaves and flowers at 3 a.m. Now tell me what it is.
I'm not saying a word unless you do exactly what I tell you to.
Oh, shit. Wow.
We found him, no thanks to you. The poor man could have died.
So,
He has a wife, a child.
I see the flags he travels underfoot. The spores he breathes in and destroys have children. Why does he deserve anything more than them? You people ignore what is happening in front of your eyes.
I refuse to put the welfare of plants before the welfare of people.
And that is why you were moved. There's more happening than you know, woman. It's all connected.
Oof. Girl, don't play. Okay, Victor's Mr. Sass. Okay, a true sociopath, or somewhat psychopath, Zass grew up in a life of ease, but nonetheless became a serial killer. Indiscriminate in his prey, body count is the only thing that matters to Zass. He takes the pleasure in arranging the corpses of his victims in a lifelike poses before carving a mark for each of his victims onto his own body. He is saving a special spot for the Batman. Yeah, dude's a straight-up serial killer. He is Victor Zass. He's a professional criminal in Gotham City. Blue eyes, blonde hair, 5'8", 150 pounds, and first appearance in Batman: Shadow of the Bat, issue 1, in June 1992. Yeah. And also, don't confuse him for Victor Freeze. God, for crying out loud. Okay, his attributes: a sociopath with no regard for human life, no pattern of killing, just making him difficult to track, and compulsive need to kill others. Okay, time for his interview tapes.
Take patient evaluation 1. Patient name is Victor Zass. Diagnosed clinically insane after the murder of at least 20 women in the Gotham area. Hello, Victor. I'm Dr. Cassidy. Seeing as this is our first session, let's spend some time getting to know each other.
I don't need to know you, Miss Cassidy. Everything is meaningless.
Don't you think that's a very negative outlook on life, Victor?
You've no doubt read my file.
Yes, I have. It said you come from a wealthy family, that your parents died, how you lost all the money gambling.
And none of it matters.
Why do you keep saying that, Victor?
Because the only thing that does matter is the mark. Have you seen my work, Miss Cassidy?
If you're as referring to the marks on yours?
Of course I mean my hand marks. And I have a space for yours. Do you want to see where?
Oh. Jeez, dude, just stop playing around. Okay, next up.
Take status evaluation 5. Victor is not responding well to treatment. Victor, yesterday we spoke about the people you killed.
Ah, the zombies.
They are all people, Victor.
They are zombies. Continuously shuffling through the daily grind, waiting for someone to liberate them.
Kill them. The police report states that you murdered, or liberated, if you like, 20 young women in the last 3 months. Each had her throat split and was left posed.
They were all lucky to be chosen to receive my gift.
I doubt they would agree with you.
Really? How about you, Miss Cassidy? As you take the elevator to your apartment each night, open the 6 locks to apartment 433. Remember you forgot to buy your cat food. Again?
How do you know that?
Sit down in your favorite red chair, cat on lap, just waiting for something to happen. I can make it happen, Sarah. I am your salvation.
Oh no! This guy is straight up stalking her. Jesus Christ! No! What are you doing, dude?
Patient's name is Victor Saz. For the record, the patient has transferred from Dr. Cassidy, who is on leave after the incident last week. Hello, Victor. Please, take a seat. Guard, you can leave us.
Sorry, Doctor. Warden's orders. I can't leave you alone with him.
I understand. Hello, Victor. How are you feeling today? Victor, I can't help you if you don't speak.
Depressed. Is that healthy? Can you get into my mind, Doctor?
Why depressed?
I'm just thinking about the one that got away. The one I chose. I needed the mark. I want the mark.
Oh. And I forgot to mention this, but the other doctor, Dr. Cassidy, when she told him, when he was just saying, none of it matters, everything that happened to him, in his past, and she's basically like, don't you think that's a very negative outlook on life? And I'm like, girl, the fact that you just said that to him, girl, no, honey. Just, yeah, the doctors in Arkham Asylum are pretty terrible. No wonder why they're either A, die, 2, never last long, as in they end up quitting or something, or 3, they basically go insane themselves. Yep, I said it.
Victor has been more subdued recently. Response to medication has been poor. Hello, Victor. Is there anything you'd like to talk about today? Victor! This is going nowhere. God! Get him out of here!
You heard the doctor. Get out. Didn't you hear me?
He's got an arrest! Ah! Get it back in him! Get it back in him! Oh, God! He's on bill! He's cutting him! Let's get him off! Let's get him off! We need help here!
Wow, you just straight up attacked the guard.
Victor has been in isolation since the attack on the guard last week. As I wait for him to be brought up to me, I have had time to review his notes. I am increasingly worried he cannot be cured. He has no empathy for his victims. Deep down, I believe he views all of us as potential victims.
Doc, are you okay?
What's happening?
He's sad. He broke out of isolation. He's gone.
Oh, God!
Don't worry, Doc. You're the safest place. He's definitely left the island.
Of course. But someone needs to alert the authorities. He'll need to kill again. Do you understand me? Needs to. Oh, no. He's gone after Dr. Cassidy.
No chance, Sherlock. He's been stalking her.
Hello? Sarah, it's Gretchen. Listen to me.
Hold on. They're still at the door.
Sarah, do not answer the door. Can you hear me? Do not answer the door. It says he's free.
But of course, Dr. Cassidy ended up opening the door. She was kidnapped and was taken somewhere and then was almost going to be killed until she was saved by Batman. Yeah, next time, have you ever heard of a thing called stranger danger? Yeah, take a look at that, Dr. Cassidy. She's not very smart in some ways. Okay, got Aaron Cash. Okay, one of the more senior and respected guards at Arkham, Cash is only afraid of one inmate, Killer Croc, who was severely wounded Cash since during a riot at the asylum. Cash remains determined, however, to keep the asylum's inmates under control and to conquer his fears of Croc. Okay, his real name is Aaron Cash, is an Arkham Asylum guard in Gotham City. His brown eyes, black hair, 6 feet tall, 185 pounds, and first appearance in Arkham Asylum Living Hell in issue 1 in July 2003. And his attributes: great physical strength, excellent reflexes, one of the most experienced guards at Arkham, and lasting enmity with Killer Croc. God, I can't talk. Okay, and now we have Alfred Pennyworth. Alfred Pennyworth, often a varied career, was employed as the Wayne family butler when Bruce Wayne's parents were killed. Alfred raised the young orphan and reluctantly aided him to his quest to become the Batman. His many skills, ranging from cooking to medicine, makes him Batman's staunchest ally, along with a formal demeanor that grounds the Dark Knight and deflects those who might otherwise suspect Bruce Wayne's true identity. Okay, he's Alfred Pennyworth, is a valet in Gotham City, blue eyes, black hair, 6 feet tall, 160 pounds, and first appearance in Batman issue 16 in April to May of 1943. And his attributes: a skilled actor, trained in emergency medical techniques, proficiency with mechanical and computer systems, expert in domestic sciences, unflappable manner, and unlike Batman, Alfred is willing to wield firearms in times of crisis. And dude sasses he sasses the heck out of everyone. Yeah, the dude is like the sassiest character in the whole Batman universe. Yep. Okay, we got Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne. Okay, Thomas Wayne was a gifted surgeon and heir to the Wayne fortune, dedicated to philanthropy and as well as medicine. He and his wife Martha were well known and respected in Gotham. Martha Wayne shared her husband Thomas's charitable nature and was dedicated to her son Bruce's upbringing. She was well regarded in Gotham's social circles and helped host the lavish charity balls at Wayne Manor. Their tragic murder at the hands of a desperate burglar, Joe Chill, in Gotham's crime alley shook the city to its core and led to years of urban blight. It also inspired their son Bruce to eventually become the Batman. Okay, there's Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne is a doctor, philanthropist in Gotham City. He apparently, I think he has blue eyes. She has brown. He has black. She has brown. He is 6'1" and she is 5'8", and he is 180 pounds and she is 135 pounds. And their first appearances were in Detective Comics issue 33 in November 1939. Okay, and highly gifted and well-trained surgeon, heir to the Wayne family fortune, dedicated philanthropist, and mother to Bruce Wayne, wife to Thomas Wayne. Okay, so now we got Bruce Wayne. Born into the wealthy Wayne family, Bruce Wayne had an idyllic childhood, although he was given a strong sense of justice by his moralistic and philanthropist parents. Thomas and Martha, after their violent murder at the hands of a mugger, Bruce dedicated his life to battling the criminal element that took their lives. He left Gotham for many years to train his mental and physical abilities across the globe, finally returning to take up the mantle of the Dark Knight. He is Bruce Wayne is a CEO, philanthropist. He is in Gotham City. He has blue eyes, black hair, 6'2", 210 pounds, and first appearance in Detective Comics issue 27 in May 1939. And his attributes: trained to physical and mental peak, arsenal of gadgets, vehicles, and advanced technology, inventor, detective, genius level, intelligence, excuse me. Okay, inventor, oh, I already read that. Expert in most well-known forms of martial arts, trained in all aspects of criminology, mastery of the physical sciences, computer expert, master of disguise, photographic memory, trained in stealth and espionage techniques, and expert escape artist. Okay, so now we got Oracle. Okay, the daughter of Gotham City's police commissioner, James W. Gordon, Barbara Gordon, was forbidden by her overprotective father from joining the GCPD. Instead, she took on the identity of Batgirl and was a crime-fighting partner of Batman for years. But that all ended when the Joker shot her through the spine, paralyzed from the waist down, and was confined to a wheelchair. Barbara adopted the new identity of Oracle, and now aids the Dark Knight with her computer expertise, providing Batman with a constant stream of information in the field to aid his battle against crime. Okay, her real name is Barbara Gordon. She's an information broker in Gotham City, blue eyes, red hair, 5'11", 126 pounds, and her first appearance was in Detective Comics issue 359 in January 1967. And her attributes: eidetic memory, almost total recall of everything she sees and reads, extensive headquarters in Gotham City's clock tower filled with information archives, and high-level hacking and computer skills. So yeah, this girl knows a lot. Okay, we got Commissioner Gordon. Okay, Police Commissioner James W. Gordon, dedicated to his career to cleaning up the corruption in the Gotham City Police Department, a goal he has come a long way towards accomplishing. He has been equally tough on crime, and in the pursuit of making Gotham City safe for all of its citizens, Gordon forged an uneasy alliance with Gotham's other tough crime fighter, the mysterious vigilante known as Batman. He is James W. Gordon, a police commissioner of Gotham City, blue eyes, white hair that was formerly brown, 6 feet tall, 180 pounds, and first appearance in Detective Comics, issue 27 in May 1939. Okay, and his attributes: as an experienced police officer, trained criminologist, proficient in hand-to-hand combat fighting, proficient in hand-to-hand fighting techniques, expert marksman. Okay, we now have Dr. Penelope Young, who I gotta say is possibly the worst doctor ever in the asylum. The worst. Penny Young was always a brilliant student who was prepared to do anything in advance professionally. She has built up a reputation for being a cold, calculating woman focused only on the project at hand. She was hired at Arkham Asylum by Warden Quincy Sharp to head up the Arkham's research department and to finally restore the sanity of the more deranged of Gotham City's supervillains, or super criminals. Okay, her real name is Penelope Young. She is the head of research. She's her base of operations in Arkham Asylum, with blue eyes, brown hair, 5'6", 121 pounds, and her first appearance was in Batman Arkham Asylum, summer 2009. Yeah, like I said, she was the worst. God, I hated her. She was annoying, and a lot of the stuff that she did really took like a more criminal approach. She's basically a textbook criminal. And had she not died in the first place, she would either probably end up in Blackgate, or 2, end up in Arkham Asylum herself. Yeah. She was annoying. Hated her. Okay, graduated from Gotham University with top honors, dedicated to the pursuit of a psychiatric cure for various forms of criminal insanity, highly focused on career ambitions, and intolerant of people who get in the way of her work. Too bad there were people who got annoyed with her stuff. Okay, now next up, we have the Riddler. Yay, Eddie Enigma. Okay, and I don't know, I saw videos of, I saw like clips and that of the show Gotham. And he is often shipped with the Penguin. And they were called, and the ship name would be Nigmablepop. Interesting. But overall, he has been shipped he's been shipped with either the Riddler, not the Riddler, he has been shipped with the Mad Hatter and or Jonathan Crane. Yeah, with the Mad Hatter and the Scarecrow. Just think about that. Okay, here we go. The Riddler. With an obsessive-compulsive need for attention, Edward Nygma is determined to be the most outlandish of Gotham City's criminals, conciting elaborate series of clues and riddles around his crimes. Batman has proven a worthy opponent capable of deducing the Riddler's plans, but Nygma is dedicated to creating a mystery the Dark Knight will not be able to solve in time. Dude does not play around. Okay, his real name is Eddie Nashton, Edward Nashton, aka Edward Nygma. He is a professional criminal in Gotham City, has blue eyes, brown hair, 6'1", 183 pounds, and his first appearance is in Detective Comics issue 140 in October 1948. And his attributes is a genius intellect, driven by a need to test his wits against the law enforcement by leaving clues to his planned crimes, and compulsive need for attention. And now we have his interviews, which also his last two remaining interview tapes I will be finding in that episode where I clear out the areas as much as I can. Okay, let's get to it.
Patient interview 21. Patient's name is Edward Nygma, also known as the Riddler. So, Edward, Warden Shaw tells me you've been leaving threatening riddles scrawled on the asylum wall. And yes.
One would have to be severely paranoid to read threats into harmless riddles, Dr. Young. May I test you with one?
Very well.
What is it that walks on 4 legs, then 2 legs, and finally 3 legs?
A human being. As a baby, it crawls on 4 legs. As an adult, it walks on 2. And in later years, it uses a cane.
Good try. But the answer to all 3 is a baby. True, it crawls on all 4s, but cut off its legs and it can only wiggle on 2 limbs. Give it a crutch, it can hobble around on 3. You see?
It's horrible. How can you even joke about that?
Easily, Doctor. It's not my baby.
Oh, fam! Yo, he's wildin'! Come on, Eddie. Come on, Edward. What up? Chill out, dude.
Case interview 39. Patient's name is Edward Nygma. At this point in time, I've yet to decide if Mr. Nygma is a suitable candidate for the Titan process. I'd like to talk about your childhood.
Miserable. Next.
By all accounts, that is where your fascination with riddles began. I believe discussing those years could explain your compulsive behavior.
Very well. My father hated me. Always called me a moron. I was determined to prove him wrong, so I entered a contest at school. A $20 prize to the kid who could figure out an almost impossible logic problem. I won, of course.
And that pleased your father?
Hardly. He was convinced I had cheated. He kept yelling, "You must have cheated! Admit it, you moron! You cheated!" I swore I didn't, and he hit me for lying.
I'm sorry to hear that, Edward.
Don't be. He was right.
Oh! Oh, wow. Okay, and imagine Edward on Titan. The freaking Riddler on Titan instead of Joker. Boy, that would have been a wild story. Oh my god, yo, that would have been hella wild. Yeah, since I think it was just him and the Joker that were, that have been, candidates for, possible candidates for, the Titan process, and in the end, it ended up being the Joker. And Riddy was rejected.
Station interview 44. Yet another interview with Edward Nygma. I've yet to make up my mind whether he's a genius or just deluded. Whichever one he is, just being in his company is both irritating and exhausting. convoluted clues that more often than not result in the death of the unfortunate participants.
And if the citizens of Gotham were smarter, my games would be merely an amusing diversion.
Instead of death traps.
You really should be thanking me. Weeding out the ignorance of stupid, the useless. But don't worry, I'm sure you would survive. What a lovely photo on your desk, Doctor. Your family. Mother, perhaps.
Put that down. Yeah, George!
He's trying to snoop on her stuff. Yo, he's hilarious for doing that. Okay, now we have Catwoman. Okay, Catwoman, an orphan who learned to survive in Gotham City streets. Selina Kyle took to thievery to survive, but determined to do it in style. She learned martial arts and trained in extensive to perfect her skills at Cat Berkeley. Her criminal activities are often tempered by reluctant altruism, making her an inconstant villain and occasional hero. She regularly eludes capture by the Dark Knight and maintains a complicated adversarial relationship with Batman that frequently turns flirtatious and occasionally legitimately romantic. She's one of those anti-heroes that we look at. Another one of those anti-heroes. Okay, her real name is Selina Kyle. She's a professional thief in Gotham City. She has green eyes, black hair, 5'7", 125 pounds, and first appearance in Batman issue 1 in spring 1940. And her attributes: trained gymnast and athlete, expert hand-to-hand combatant, highly skilled with her specialized whip, a cat o' nine tails, pardon me. Capable of astonishing stealth, obsessed with and adept of stealing famous and well-protected items, and drawn to cat motifs. Okay. And next up we have Bane. Okay, imprisoned from birth to serve his dead father's sentence, Bane was raised inside the horrific environs of a Santa Prisca prison. His only friend in the hellhole was a teddy bear he named Osito. You guys remember that? Osito the bear? And that was the clue that we found earlier on in the game, and that's how we found him? Yeah. Bear was the bane of his existence, or something like that. And the bear was the clue for Bane. Okay, finding solace in smuggled books and medication, he developed incredible powers of concentration. When he was subjected to military experiments using a steroid codenamed Venom, his iron forge helped him survive when the other test subjects had died, and he managed to escape. Determined to prove his worth, he sought out Batman and broke the Dark Knight's spine. But Batman recovered and managed to best Bane, cutting off the precious venom supply that transformed Bane into a superhuman. Okay. So we don't know his name. He is a professional criminal in Gotham City. His brown eyes went on Venom green. He has brown hair. And his height 5'6" regular, and went on Venom 6'8", and his weight is 140 pounds regularly, and on Venom is 350 pounds. 140 pounds. That's freaking skinny, dude. And, but not as bad as, Jonathan Crane, who was literally 6 feet tall, and he's 160 pounds. 140 pounds. That guy's hella skinny. Okay. And his first appearance is Batman Vengeance on Bane, issue 1 in January 1993. And his attributes are a master, a strategist, an intense focus, abnormally strong reaction to Venom, giving him incredibly enhanced physical abilities, and determined to best Batman and all others who challenge him. Okay, next up we have Jack Ryder, who I kind of find who looks like a bit of a douche. Okay, Jack Ryder is an investigative reporter turned controversial talk show host, well known for his aggressive manner and his determination to get to the truth. What his viewers don't realize is that he's also the Creeper, a garishly colored vigilante who Ryder can, with effort, turn into at will, although at that point the Creeper's manic personality takes over. The Creeper's is usually on the side of good, just barely on the side of sanity. Yeah. We never see the Creeper, though. Yo, Jack Ryder, I can't believe you playing the creeper, dude. Okay, he is Jack Ryder. He's an investigative reporter in Gotham City. He has blue eyes, black hair, 6 feet tall, 194 pounds, and his first appearance is in Showcase issue 73 in March 1968. And his attributes are determined reporter, known for his aggressive pursuit of stories, famous for his controversial talk show, and secret identity as his alter ego, the Creeper. Okay. Time this girl, and we got Ra's al Ghul. Little is known of the early years of the nearly immortal Ra's al Ghul, whose name means the demon's head, but it is known that he has lived for many centuries due to the Lazarus Pit. Mystical and alchemical brews that restore his youth. Wow. Next up, get plastic surgery. A brilliant master of strategy and organization, Ra's al Ghul's goal is to save the Earth. From the ecological devastation by destroying most of its population. He's almost like the Thanos in this case. But he recognizes Batman as both a worthy foe and a possible ally, except that Batman cannot accept his dystopic worldview. Batman also shares a love-hate relationship with Ra's daughter, the beautiful Talia, aka Talia K. I hate her. She is not a good girlfriend for Batman. She is someone who I see as an abusive relationship waiting to happen. Unknown first name, he is an international terrorist and based in Mobile, is a green, has green eyes and gray hair with white streaks, 6'3", 210 pounds. And his first appearance is in Batman issue 232 in June 1971. And his attributes: a genius intellect and a strategist, superior strength and stamina, superb hand-to-hand combatant, trained over millennia, nearly immortal thanks to his Lazarus Pits, and commands a legion of followers dedicated to bringing his vision of an earthly paradise to fruition. Golly, bruh. Yo. Okay. And next up we got Firefly. Okay. A pyromaniac, Garfield Lynch began as a petty criminal, but soon graduated to major crimes centered around arson, torching huge parts of Gotham in the process. But his fire soon raged out of his control, leaving him horribly scarred by one of his own blazes. His body is almost fully covered with burns, and he now wears a full-body flame retardant suit when he's out pursuing his criminal interests between bouts of incarceration and Blackgate. Okay, his real name is Garfield Lynch, is a professional criminal in Gotham City, has blue eyes and white hair with black temples, 5'11", 165 pounds, and first appeared in Detective Comics issue 184 in June 1952. And his attributes is thorough knowledge of flammable agents, extensive arsenal of fire-creating weapons, scarred over 90% of his body, sociopath with intense pyromania. Okay, now we have Amadeus Arkham. Amadeus Arkham founded the Elizabeth Arkham Asylum for the criminally insane, naming it after his mother, who he euthanized as a treatment for her dementia. Building it on the old grounds of his family's historic mansion on the outskirts of Gotham, Amadeus personally treated his first patient, Martin Mad Dog Hawkins, who had killed Amadeus' wife and daughter. After administering fatal electroshock treatments to Hawkins, Amadeus lost all grip on his sanity and was admitted to his own institution, and then later died. Well, that part wasn't added, but I know he later died in the asylum. Okay, and he is Amadeus Arkham, is a psychiatrist in Gotham City. He has blue eyes, brown hair, 5'11", 175 pounds, and his first appearance was in Batman issue 258 in October 1974. And then the attributes: highly respected psychiatrist until his fall to insanity, heir to the Arkham land and fortune, and delusional schizophrenic. Okay, so now we have Calendar Man. I don't know if I'm gonna have to pause this soon or something. I mean, I'm like well over an hour and now 6 minutes. Okay, Calendar Man. Fixated on the calendar, Julian Day became Calendar Man, a villain who timed and tied his crimes thematically to certain holidays throughout the year, often leaving clues which he could be caught. Gotham City hopes for a day off that are often clouded by the knowledge of that any holiday of note is likely to be shadowed by Calendar Man's presence. He sounds like one of those, you know, he probably sounds like a silly villain. But yeah, I mean, but a lot of times, you guys know the Arkham series usually do a lot of the characters at their best. And in Arkham City, this guy was like hella scary. He did not play around. Okay, here's his facts. He's Julian Day. He's a professional criminal in Gotham City. He has blue eyes, brown hair, 6'3", 175 pounds, and first appearance in Detective Comics 259 in September 1958. And as attributes, obsessed with quirks of the calendar and carefully plans and themes crimes around the holidays. What a weirdo. Okay, got Black Mask. Okay, following the suspicious death of his multi-millionaire parents in a fire, Roman Sionis inherited their fortune and went on to bankrupt their company. Saved by the buyout by Bruce Wayne, Sionis came to resent and hate Wayne. Fixated on the concept of masks, Sionis carved one of his father's black coffin and sought revenge. His ensuing battle with the Dark Knight caused his mask to be burnt into his skin, remaking him as the Black Mask. Sionis is now a feared gang leader and one of the most powerful mob bosses in Gotham, with a burning hatred of the Batman. Okay, he is Roman Sionis. He's a professional criminal based in Gotham City. Brown eyes, no hair, 6'1", 195 pounds, and first appearance in Batman issue 386 in August 1985. And he's obsessed with masks, harbors a hatred of Batman and Bruce Wayne, face resembles a black skull, feared and powerful mob boss, skilled marksman known for his double handguns. Yo! Okay, next up we have the Ventriloquist. Okay, his story, Arnold Wesker was a timid orphan whose deep repression erupted in a barroom brawl, resulting him in being sent to Blackgate Prison. There he encountered the puppet Scarface and promptly murdered the man who carved the puppet. The two are now inseparable, with Scarface directing the series of criminal activities, while most believe that Wesker is simply acting out a second personality through the puppet. Wesker sees himself as a reluctant lackey who merely does his puppet's bidding. He is Arnold Wesker, is a professional criminal in Gotham City, blue eyes, brown hair, 5'7", 142 pounds, and first appearance in Detective Comics 583 in February 1988. And his attributes: delusional schizophrenic with a multiple personality disorder, obsessed with his puppet Scarface, whom he puppeteers with unsettling skill, and when teamed with Scarface, the two operate as a criminal mastermind. Ooh. Okay, now we got the Great White Shark. Okay, a crooked financier who stole millions of dollars. Warren White thought he'd score a legal victory when his insanity plea went through. But when he got to Arkham Asylum, he realized his mistake. Driven insane by the other inmates, he was also disfigured by an encounter with Mr. Freeze that left him without hair, a nose, ear, or lips. Calling himself the Great White Shark, he filled his teeth into fangs and more perfectly resemble his new namesake. Putting his financial skills to use, he has become a major player in Gotham's underground crime scene, running a number of rackets from his cell in Arkham. Okay, he's Warren White. He's a professional criminal in Gotham City. Brown eyes, no hair, 5'11", 180 pounds, and first appearance in Arkham Asylum Living Hell, issue 1 in July 2003. And his attributes: brilliant financial skills, which he uses for a variety of criminal purposes, scarred visage that makes him resemble a shark, and teeth sharpened to points. Okay, now we got Two-Face. Okay, District Attorney Harvey Dent was one of Batman's strongest allies in Gotham City until a criminal threw acid in Dent's face, hideously scarring him. The wounds fractured his physique, not his physique. The wounds fractured his psyche, and he was reborn as a psychozoid criminal mastermind obsessed with duality. His former good luck charm, a two-headed trick silver dollar, was damaged on one side in the attack, and Dent had seized it as a reflection of his half-scarred visage. He flips it to decide the fate of his victims. Despite Batman's efforts to reform his former ally, Dent is consumed by his fixation on chance, and his crimes are designed to prove out his diametric philosophy. Whoa, okay, his name is Harvey Dent. He is a professional criminal in Gotham City. He has blue eyes, brown hair, brown and gray hair, and is 6 feet tall, 182 pounds, and first appearance in Detective Comics, issue 66, in August 1942. And his attributes: hideously scarred on the left side half of his face, which he plays up with clothing that differently styles up on one side. Okay, extremely skilled with his weapons of his choice, twin .45 automatics, and psychotic obsession with duality, designing crimes around the number 2, and defers to his half-scarred coin in choices of life or death. Okay, and now we have the Penguin. Okay, the Penguin, one of Batman's oldest foes, and is an eccentric criminal mastermind, known as much for his love of ornithology and trick umbrellas as for his shady business dealings. Gotham's popular Iceberg Lounge serves as a cobblepot's front for a number of illegal financial activities that fund much of the city's underworld. Despite his short stature, the Penguin is a wily foe whose umbrellas conceal a variety of deadly weapons and gadgets. Okay, he is Oswald Chesterfield's Cobblepot. In the show Gotham, I mentioned earlier, like with Edward, he would be paired off with Edward, and yeah, they almost got a bit of a love story going on, but I think Fox had a bit of an issue with that. Yikes. Okay, and he is a restaurateur and a racketeer in Gotham City. He has blue eyes, brown hair, 5'2", 175 pounds, and first appearance in Detective Comics, issue 58 in December 1941. Okay, and his attributes: a criminal and financial mastermind, expert hand-to-hand combatant, and driven by a need to prove himself in spite of his comical appearance, and employs various weapons, many based on umbrellas and birds. Because he's a bird! He's a bird! Okay, next up we have Harley Quinn. Okay, an Arkham Asylum psychiatrist assigned to treat the Joker, Dr. Harleen Quinzel, instead became the obsessively fixated on her patient, believing herself to be in love with him. She helped him escape confinement and took on her own criminal identity as Harley Quinn. Quinn is a violent and unpredictable felon whose only motivation beyond general mayhem is achieving the Joker's approval. Because of his cruel and mercurial nature, this in some ways makes her just another of his victims, albeit a very dangerous one. Yeah, so basically, she is in an abusive relationship with the Joker. This is not healthy. Okay? This is why Kirk and Victor freeze, not Zaz, freeze. We'll teach her about healthy relationships, hopefully. Okay, her real name is Dr. Harleen Quinzel, or Dr. Harleen Quinzel Francis, that's her middle name. She's a professional criminal in Gotham City. She has blue eyes, blonde hair, 5'7", 140 pounds, and her first appearance was in Batman Harley Quinn issue 1 in October 1999. Although I think she first appeared in the animated series, but then later on, because of her popularity in that, she ended up being in the comics as well. So, thought I'd bring that up. Okay. And her attributes: surprising strength and stamina, superior gymnastic skills, total disregard for human life. Like the Joker, she is a homicidal psychotic who escapes easy classification. Yeah. And she also has a series of interviews I have one more interview tape to find for her, which is in one of the areas that I could not get into in the first place. But I'm going to and we gotta play these things.
Harleen Quinzel. Call me Harley. Everyone does.
I'm surprised you want to intern here at Arkham.
I've always had a thing for extreme personalities. You can't deny there's an element of glamour to these super criminals.
I warn you right now, these are hardcore psychotics. Most would rather kill you than speak to you.
I'm sure I'll be fine, Doctor.
They'll eat you for breakfast. I mean it. One or two of them will enjoy it too. Be careful.
Well, thank you, Dr. Whistler. Thanks for, warning her.
Patient interview number 1.
So, I'm your first item. You know what they say, you never forget your first time. I'll try to make it memorable for you.
Oh, you already have. Tell me, why do you do the things you do?
Why do you think I do it?
Fame, notoriety, a desire to stand out from the crowd, a wicked sense of humor.
You're good. How did you figure me out, Doc? I've had doctors poking around in here for years, and no one was as astute, and if you don't mind my saying, beautiful as you.
Really? You're just playing with me.
Well, you'll never know, will you? Unless...
Unless what? Tell me.
What?
Care to tell me how you got in my office?
Oh, really? I put them there. Why? You don't like flowers?
I think the guards would be interested to know you've been out of your cell.
Oh, if you really were going to tell, you already would have.
How do you know I haven't already?
Oh, sweet. I like you. I really do. Even your name. Rework it a bit and we get...
Harley Quinn, like the clown. I know, I've heard it before.
It's a name that puts a smile on my face. It makes me think there's someone here I can relate to. Someone who might like to hear my secrets.
Really? Go on.
Not here, my dear. Too many ears and eyes. Come back tonight. I'll be ready for you.
What? Okay. So after the last interview tape, I'm going to have to pause this because the battery's about to run out, and then soon enough, the tape will then go overtime. So, yeah. So one more tape, and then I'll have to pause it to change the battery before it dies on me.
He's crazy, you know.
Who? Batman?
No, Santa Claus. Of course, Batman. Always Batman. I've seen it in his eyes. Screaming mad stalkers. And dishonest. Hiding his face behind a bright mask. Well, no mask for me. I have nothing to hide. I laugh at the cruel absurdity of the world. But Batman, he's come all fooled. He thinks he can make a difference. That he can actually make things better. And the joke of it is, they all believe it.
The police?
The police, the media, the friggin' junior rangers. Every last bag of walking meat in this earnest cesspool. Listen, sweet. Batman knows we're all on the same funhouse slide into madness. Why won't he admit it? He's up there in his belfry laughing at us. And the real gag is the miserable liar is allowed to run free while I'm in here.
That's really incisive.
Then you understand, don't you? You know why I do what I have to do. You know Gotham's only real savior is me.
Oh. Okay, so... Okay, so it looks like I have a total of, I have 5 more characters to go, including, yeah. So, after I pause this, I will, when I return, will start off with Killer Croc, and yeah. Alrighty, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back with fresh batteries and ready to go. Alrighty, so, next up we got Killer Croc. Okay, born with a rare mutation that made his skin green and scaly and grew his body to grotesque proportions, Waylon Jones was raised by an alcoholic aunt and bullied relentlessly for his appearance. He briefly worked as a carnival freak under the name Killer Croc, but his misanthropy grew, as did his bestial nature, pushing him to a life of crime. As his physical condition and mental state deteriorated, Killer Croc became a more bestial foe, increasingly detached from humanity. Okay, his name is Waylon Jones. He's an alligator wrestler and gangster and murderer, a criminal too. He is immobile, with yellow eyes, no hair, 11 feet tall, 580 pounds. He's literally pure muscle, pretty much. And his first appearance is in Batman issue 357 in January 1984. And his attributes: Killer Croc is incredibly thick, tough skin and razor-sharp teeth and claws. An expert wrestler, his strength and stamina are at near superhuman level, heightened senses and extremely fast reflexes, able to survive in water for extended periods of time, and an intense hatred of humanity. And we have his interview tapes.
Yes, he's serious. You're kidding me, right? That thing's not a man. My God!
Hello. My name is Dr. Gretchen Whitworth. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I hear you, bitch. So it's dinner. I'm getting hungry.
What? Bam! Really?
Case patient session 2. Patient's name, Waylon Jones, a.k.a. Killer Croc.
So, this is the part where you try and reason with me. Find out why I did it, Doc.
We're here to help you, Mr. Jones.
You got a cure for me then, Doc. Can you make me normal?
Normal is a poor choice of words. No one's really normal, are they?
Figured as much. So, how about this, Doc? You let me go now, and I won't eat you.
You don't really eat people. It's just an urban myth.
Oh, you think? Keep believing that, Doc.
Wow! Okay, next interview tape.
Sit down, shut up.
You think I'm scared of you, cow? Back up this thing. You're
And I've got yours, too. Know what? It's sick. Serial stuff.
Please don't do that again, Mr. Cash. It's not helping. I'm sorry about that. But what can we do if you insist on hospitalizing 3 jobs?
Strap on whatever you like, Doc. This thing's just tickles. I'm happy to wait here. Wait for the bat. He'll be back, and I'll kill him. And Cash. And you.
In your drink. Now get up. Now.
Oh. Jeez. Oh, wow, he ain't playing here.
Patient interview, Waylon Jones. Progress has been slow. What happened back in that house?
Just business.
Business? What kind of business practices result in a house full of mutilated corpses?
I don't like having my time wasted. Someone doesn't pay. They need a lesson. They owed me.
So you killed them, tore up their bodies. The police never found all the pieces.
They should have locked them as stewards.
Are you saying you hid them there?
After a while. Usually takes about 8 hours.
Time to go, Brock. Get up.
Oh. Wow, okay. And next up, we have his final interview tape.
Patient interview. Waylon Jones, a.k.a. Killer Croc. Last night, the patient was pacified after a breakout attempt. Guardian Cash is in hospital. Reports state that the patient attacked Cash and in the struggle consumed his left hand. Cash is lucky to be alive, blood.
Me too. I nearly choked on a bony hand.
That's disgusting. He could have died.
He's just food to me. And once I get a taste, I want the rest of the meal. You know what I mean.
Get him out of here. Now.
Got yours just too lady. I'll see you around. Tick tock, tick tock.
Wow! Yo, okay, so next up we have Frank Bowles. Double-crossing douchebag. Yeah, that's who sometimes I like to call a double-crossing douchebag. Frank has been working at Arkham for 8 years. He has twice been suspended for drinking on the job and regularly holds poker evenings in the guard room. Frank is desperate to be the top dog at Arkham. He fails to recognize that he is considered unworthy and generally untrustworthy and generally disliked. Okay, he's Frank Bowles, an Arkham Asylum guard. He is in Gotham City. He has brown eyes, black hair, 6 feet tall, 185 pounds in the first appearance, and Batman Arkham Asylum, summer 2009. And Batman Arkham Asylum 2009, that's the game, obviously. Okay, Arkham believes that he is the best guard in Arkham Asylum, uses sarcasm to cover up insecurities and failures, and violent temper has resulted in many injuries to patients. Yeah, can you even trust this guy? I don't. Okay, now we have Warden Sharp. Quincy Sharp has been running Arkham Asylum for the past 3 years and has dedicated his life to restoring the sanity the so-called supervillains that have plagued Gotham City. He is currently campaigning to become the next mayor of Gotham. To facilitate this campaign, he has instigated stringent new security and experimental research policies at Arkham. And I can't trust him either. His real name is Quincy Sharp. Is a warden at Arkham Asylum in Gotham City. Has blue eyes, gray hair, 5'8", excuse me, and 190 pounds, and first appearance in Batman Arkham Asylum, December 2009. Alright, and his attributes: intense and dedication to cleaning up Arkham. Pompous and old-fashioned in demeanor, with a focus on his own political aspirations and contempt for Arkham inmates and disinterest in the specifics of their treatment masks a cowardly nature. Yeah, that's why I can't trust him. Like, if you want someone who actually, cares about these, who they actually, give a crap about these people, yeah, this guy would not be the first guy I would want to elect as a warden. True story. Okay, now we have the Joker. Okay, you kind of noticed that, like, I don't know, some people have noticed that his pose is almost similar to the Riddler's. Yeah, might just do a side-by-side comparison thing. An insanely homicidal supervillain, the Joker's of white skin, green hair, and blood-red lips believe the chaotic nature underlying his cartoonish appearance. The self-styled clown prince of crime has no superpowers beyond the capacity for incredible violence and a skill at creating a deadly mayhem. He frequently concocts and elaborate schemes to entrap his arch nemesis, the Batman. And he has an unknown real name, although he has gone by a various amounts of aliases, including Jack White. And there's also another one I remember pretty well. It has been brought up as probably Jack Napier. Interesting. He is a professional criminal in Gotham City. He has green eyes, green hair, 6 feet tall, 160 pounds, and first appearance in Batman issue 1 in spring 1940. And attributes is an unrepentant homicidal maniac, albeit without a precise psychological diagnosis. A surprisingly strong hand-to-hand combatant. His past is unknown. Conflicting, unconfirmed reports state that he was a failed comedian, a petty thief, and a broken family man, and employs various deadly weapons, often based on party gag items. Frequently uses a toxin that stretches victims' faces into a Joker-like grin and causes death. And he has interview tapes. However, there's one final one that I will find in that episode where I clean up the area. So yeah. There we go.
PlayStation interview, that does have no recorded name, is listed as the Joker. In the room is Warden Sharp and myself, Dr. Young.
Is this
Oh, I know I can.
Oh. What? Okay.
Take Station Interview 17. Joker remains uncooperative. My earlier diagnosis remains true. I believe he enjoys his persona too much.
What's up, Doc?
Today I thought we'd try something different.
Oh, you make me blush, Doc. I have a girlfriend.
Dr. Twinzel, I know. Imitation. I saw what happened.
What can I say? I'm a charmer.
Anyway, I thought it would be good to talk about your childhood.
Oh, ever heard of romance, Doc? I don't give up the goods for free. You'll have to try harder.
What are you hiding?
Didn't you hear me? You search my back, Doc, and, well, I won't have you wrapped in plastic unless in a gutter.
Bruh. What? Okay.
Take Station Interview 20. Joker is more interesting than I originally believed. When Project Titan is operational, I believe Joker will be the perfect inspector. Good afternoon. Today I thought I'd get back to our previous conversations about your family.
Of course. I was born in a small fishing village. I always wanted to join the circus, but my father wouldn't really let me.
I don't believe you.
My father was a cop. 1 week from retirement from the mob.
That's it. What are you scared of?
Scared?
Yes, scared. There's obviously something. Something that made you what you are.
What if I'm too scared to remember? It hurts too much.
Then I can help you.
Oh. But Dr. Young seems to be really, like, overconfident, so no wonder why that killed her. Yikes, girl.
These are the private notes of Dr. Young. Heightened beat of success. Even my funding worries have been solved after the unexpected donation from Mr. White. Joker has also shown a remarkable interest in the possibility of a cure. Once the protein bonding process is finalized, I will...
Dr. Young, you ready?
Oh, yes, come in.
You'll hurt my feelings, Doc. Keeping me waiting like that.
Sit down. You can leave us.
You sure?
We're fine. How's it, Joker?
Oh, yeah. Well, if you insist. I'm just outside, okay? So is he here? Did your patient X arrive?
Yes, I must say progressing more rapidly than I expected. But enough of that. Let's talk about you.
No. Let's talk more about your Titan project.
My what?
How do I know you have babies stuck to a table in the basement while you pump him dry? Would you believe a lucky guess?
Oh. This guy did act to spill the beans right there. Okay, and then finally we get to look at Batman, our protagonist. Okay, when his parents were gunned down in front of him, young Bruce Wayne resolved to rid Gotham City of the criminal element that took their lives. He trained extensively to achieve mental and physical perfection in addition to mastering martial arts, detective techniques, and criminal psychology. Dressing as a bat to prey on criminals' fears, Batman fights crime with the aid of specialized gadgets and vehicles operating out of his secret bat cave below the Wayne Manor. Okay, he is Bruce Wayne, a CEO, philanthropist. He's in Gotham City. He has blue eyes, black hair, is 6'2", 210 pounds, and first appearances in Detective Comics, issue 27 in May 1939. Yeah, by the way, a lot of his info is basically the same as Bruce Wayne, but I'm reading it again because why the frick not? Okay, he is trained to physical and mental peak, arsenal of gadgets, vehicles, and advanced technology, inventor, detective, and genius-level intellect, expert in most known forms of martial arts, trained in all aspects of criminology, mastery of the physical sciences, computer expert, master of disguise, photographic memory, trained in stealth and espionage techniques, and expert escape artist. That is Batman. Yep, he is our protagonist of the series. Okay. And yeah. So, next time I will be going to clear up the areas. That being, yeah, since my next thing is just to go to the party, which basically meaning I go to the, I end up going to the visitors area, and take care of that, finish up that, and then I go to the penitentiary, well, I go to the penitentiary area, but I go into the visitor center, that's where, the party is, but, there's a lot of areas to clean up, especially at the there's a lot of areas in the mansion, in Arkham North, probably some in intensive treatment, there's some in botanical gardens, that's the cave system, and there's around these areas, and then there's some in the medical facility and that stuff. I'm just basing around the little, if you can see the little green question mark things, yeah, those are where, like, the Riddler's, stuff is. And I don't mean just the trophies, they're like riddles and interview tapes, all of that stuff that you'll be finding. I am going to take a big circle next time. So next time, I will actually be starting in Arkham North, and then heading to intensive treatment. And then after that, I will be heading to the botanical gardens, and then around here, and then I will end up to Arkham East, and then after that, I will be heading to the medical facility, and then I will be heading into the actual penitentiary, and then I'll end it there. Heading into the party. That's for next time. As you hear the fireworks going off, that's where I have to go to the party. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the end. I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys, as I circle around Batty. Whee! Bye, guys. No, really. Bye, guys.
I am the night. I am Batman.